On this channel, I show you how 3 years can buy you a lifetime bag. So, subscribe. If you are in your 20s or 30s in the US military and your net worth is under $100,000, this is the video I wish someone gave me on day 1. I am going to show you exactly how to hit your first 100,000 as fast as possible with a military paycheck, even if you feel behind. You will get a simple system, the exact orders of moves, the numbers that actually matter, and the plays almost nobody uses. And because I always give more than the title, I am also going to show you how to set up the second 100,000 to arrive faster than the first, using benefits you already earned but probably are not using. If you follow this, your money will compound while you sleep, and you will stop feeling like you are hustling in place. Here is the truth nobody tells junior service members. Getting to 100,000 is mostly a savings and systems game, not an investment genius game. Wealth starts boring. Your first 100,000 comes primarily from how much you keep, not from wild returns. Once you cross that line, compounding begins to feel real. 10% on a 100,000 is 10,000. 10% on a $100 is $10. Same market, different outcome, right? That is why the mission right now is to build the engine. You are not trying to win the lottery. You are building a machine that makes you wealthy on autopilot. Step 1 is to fix the math that silently steals your future. That means no high interest debt. If your balance has a double-digit interest rate, that is an emergency, not a lifestyle. Pay it down methodically and fast. Smallest balance or highest interest first. I do not care which one you choose. Just choose one, automate and kill it. While you eliminate high interest debt, set a small emergency reserve in place. Start with $1,000 to $2,000 packed in a boring saving account you never touch unless your life actually breaks. That tiny cushion keeps you from swiping a credit card when a tire blows or a phone dies. You cannot invest if you are always putting out fires. Step 2 is to weaponize the blended retirement system. If you enlisted after 2018, you are in barracks. That means the government contributes 1% automatically into your TSP and matches up to 4% more when you put in 5%. Translation in normal language. If you do not put in 5%, you are leaving free money on the table every single month. The first order is simple. Log in and set your TSP contribution to at least 5%. It's kind of like I'm giving you money for free and you're not taking it. Do not plan to do it later. Do it. Do not wait for the next paycheck. 5% is the minimum because that unlocks the match. If you can push to 10%, even better. To 15%, even greater. If you can live in the barracks and go to 15%, amazing. If you do nothing else from this video, do that. Inside TSP, you need to pick where that money goes. You have 2 decisions, Roth or traditional, and which fund. If you expect your income to be higher later, Roth is usually smarter because you pay tax now while your rate is low and let it grow tax-free forever. In the retirement, you can take it out tax-free. That's what I do. For fund choice, simple beats fancy. Pick a target date, L fund, closest to your year you might retire, or split between the C and S funds to mimic a broad US stock market exposure. I do the L fund. The goal is not to outsmart the market. The goal is to be in the market every paycheck and never turn it off. Step 3 is to build your surplus with the allowances you already get. The military pays you in more ways than base pay. There is BAH, there is BAS, there is special pays depending on location and your job. Here is the play. Design your life so those allowances are not all consumed by lifestyle. If you are single and in the barracks, you have a once-in-a-lifetime chance to stack cash outrageously fast. Your rent is effectively zero. Your utilities are effectively zero because you're not paying water and electricity. If your net worth is under 100,000, treat that like a countdown clock. Set a rule. Every month, half of your take-home goes straight to investments and savings before you see it. You will not get this window again. Use it wisely. If you are married or authorized to live off base with BAH, the game is optimization, not deprivation. Pick housing that costs less than your BAH. If your BAH is $2,000, do not sign a $2,000 lease just because it matches. Aim for $1,500 and keep the $500 difference as a monthly wealth transfer to your future self. Year after year, that single decision is the difference between broke at ETS, and 6 figures of net worth. Everyone feels pressure to live like an adult in a nicer place. Adults with money live beneath the top line and invest the spade. Let everyone else impress the cash. You will impress your balance sheet, okay? Step 4 is where most troops leave money on the ground. Use tuition assistance while in service and save your GI Bill for after. Tuition assistance can cover a meaningful chunk of undergrad credits every year while you are in active duty. That means you can finish or knock out big pieces of a degree without touching your GI Bill. Why does that matter? Because when you get out and use the GI Bill, you can collect a monthly housing allowance tied to your school location while you study. That is a second rent stream when you need it most. You cannot double dip BAH during active duty with GI Bill, so be strategic about it. Learn for free now and get paid to learn later. Step 5 is to set up civilian income insurance long before your last day in uniform. If you are within 12 months of ETS, you are on the clock. You need 3 parallel tracks. First, SkillBridge, or an approved internship pipeline that leads to real interview. Second, a habit of tracking and documenting every medical issue and appointment so your VA claim is complete before you separate. Third, a cash buffer plan that covers at least 3 months of your bare bone expenses in case the next job takes longer to land than you expect. I have seen too many good people burn their entire savings in a 90-day gap and start behind. You are smarter than that. Set the tracks now. Let me show you the numbers so you can feel how fast this can go. I will give 3 simple paths. 1 enlisted junior living in barracks, 1 E5 with off-base housing, 1 O1 starting out. These are not promises, they are realistic models. Scenario 1, E3 in the barracks. After taxes and basics, you can reasonably aim to invest and save $1,000 a month if you are disciplined. That is $12,000 a year, right? Add a 5% TSP contribution plus match. Now you are closer to $1,400 or $15,000 per year working for future you. Without any fancy returns, 6 years at that pace puts you $90,000 deep. And that is before raises, bonuses, deployments, tax refunds, and any side income. If you push to $1,200 or $1,500 per month, you will cross $100,000 in 4 to 5 years just by being consistent. Scenario 2, E5 with a spouse, BAH 2,000. You choose a place for $1,500, keep $500 monthly. You contribute 5% to TSP and build an additional $300 monthly Roth IRA on the outside. You trim subscription and dining out to free another $200. That is roughly $500 saved plus about $500 to $800 invested every month. You are on the pace that gets you to $100,000 in 5 to 7 years, depending on raises and tax refunds. If you pick up 1 promotion or 1 deployment and do not inflate your lifestyle, you pull that timeline forward. Scenario 3, O1, starting out with a student debt at 0 because you used TA and GI Bill correctly or you had a ROTC. You set 15% TSP and build a Roth IRA at $400 a month. You keep housing below BAH by at least $400. Your monthly wealth transfer is north of $1,000. You will hit $100,000 in 3 to 5 years if you do not sabotage yourself. Now, let me give you the secret sauce that accelerates all 3 scenarios. You need an automatic system that moves money without asking your permission because you need less friction basically. It will help you. First, set a TSP to at least 5% and forget it. Second, open a Roth IRA at a low-cost brokerage and automate a monthly contribution on payday, even if it starts at $100. Third, create a separate saving account named Freedom Fund and schedule a fixed monthly transfer on the same day every month. Fourth, audit your spending once, then set rules so you do not need to audit again for 6 months. You don't have to do that every single month. For example, a rule like no delivery apps Monday through Friday, no new clothes unless something is worn out. All subscription must be used at least weekly or get cancelled. You cannot out-discipline a bad system. You cannot. Build a system where you can be average and still win. Let us talk about income growth because higher pay accelerates everything. Inside the military, the US military, your fastest bumps come from time in grade, promotions, special pays, and picking assignments with extra allowance. Outside, or as you prepare to separate from the US military, the skill with the highest lifetime return on investment is a security clearance if you can qualify for it. If you are a citizen or will be one, target roles that can sponsor secret or top secret clearance. Clearance plus technical competence is an unfair advantage in the civilian market. I could not hold a clearance when I first joined the US military because I was a permanent resident at the time. So I focused on getting citizenship inside the military. Then I fought for roles that will sponsor me later. That single credential has protected my career through layoffs and market swings. If you can line it up earlier, do it. If you cannot, aim for certification that actually translates to jobs. CompTIA for entry IT. Cloud certification like AWS Solution Architect, network certification like CCNA, or trades licenses that get you paid on day one. Every certification you pursue should be tied to a real job posting with a salary you want. Do not collect acronyms. Do not just collect certification. Collect offers. Let us stack more plays most people never touch. Use base resources. The gym is free. The library has learning platforms you can access. The education center can line up credits you can test out for almost nothing. The legal office can help you set up simple will and review leases before you sign. That one conversation can save you thousands of dollars. Shop the commissary and the exchange strategically, not emotionally. Use it for staples and tax advantages, not to impulse buy things you do not need. Track every medical issue in a simple notebook and keep copies of everything. When you leave, that becomes your claim file. Filing your VA claim before you ETS is not a suggestion. It is a wealth move. If you qualify for a rating, that is tax-free income for life on top of your career income. That is what I do. It does not make you lazy. It gives you margin so you can make better choices. Here is how I would structure the exact month-to-month plan for someone under 100,000 right now. Month 1, set TSP to 5% minimum and pick your fund. Open a Roth IRA outside of your TSP and set a small automatic contribution, even $50. Build a $1,000 emergency buffer. Audit every subscription and cancel anything you have not used weekly. Month 2, freeze lifestyle creep. If you are in the barracks, commit to a number you will invest each month and treat it like a bill. If you are off base, renegotiate or right-size housing at your next lease opportunity so it sits below PAH. Start a simple expense tracker, nothing fancy. Month 3, knock out one certification that maps to real jobs, not 10, 1. Schedule the exam and pay for it so you cannot procrastinate. Month 4, use tuition assistance to start or complete classes that move you toward a degree that employers value. Month 5, review your emergency fund and push it to 1 month of bare bone costs. Month 6, increase TSP by 1%. Month 7, raise your Roth contribution by $50. Month 8, collect 3 written recommendations from supervisor and peers while you are still in uniform. You will need those later. Month 9, attend a base transition class and book a 101 with a career counselor. Month 10, if you are within a year of separation, apply for SkillBridge programs that match your target industry. Month 11, gather your medical documentation and submit your initial VA claim if you are within your window, of course. Month 12, increase TSP again and review your investments to make sure they are still broad, low cost, and boring. Let me add the mindset piece that keeps you on track when motivation fades. Stop comparing your timeline to civilians on social media. Your path is different and your advantages are different. You have predictable pay, tax favorite allowances, free gyms, free or reduced education, and veteran hiring pipelines that civilians do not get. You also have real sacrifices. Respect both truths. Your job is not to live like you are rich. Your job is to use your advantages to become rich later. The discipline you learned in uniform is your superpower in money. Use it the same way. Show up on time for your money. Follow the plan even when it is boring. Do the basics perfectly. That is how you win. Now, let me give you the give more than the title section. Once you hit the first 100,000, you aim the machine at the second 100,000. The second comes much faster because compounding finally has something to work with. If you save and invest 15,000 per year and the market returns a reasonable long-term average, you could go from 100,000 to 200,000 in 3 to 4 years without heroics. That is why you do not stop at the first milestone. You press the advantage. Keep TSP contribution high. Keep the Roth flowing. And when your pay increases, split the raise. half to lifestyle, half to investments. That rule lets you enjoy progress without destroying compounding. Common traps to avoid: buying a brand new car right after a promotion, upgrading apartments to match your BAH because we deserve it, financing furniture, letting delivery apps eat $300 a month because you feel busy, saying yes to every trip and bachelor party because of fear of missing out. None of those are evil. They are just expensive. Pick your joys intentionally and cut the rest. Wealth loves focus. Veteran discounts are an easy win that most people ignore. Always ask for veteran discount. At checkout, in person, on the phone, or online chat, ask if there is a military or veteran discount. Apple, for instance, has a dedicated military and veteran store online that is around 10% off. Home Depot and Lowe's have programs that can save you money on tools and household items. Many hotels, car rental companies, wireless providers, and even automakers have veteran pricing or periodic promotions for military members. You will not see a neon sign for it. You have to ask. Stack those savings on top of sales and cashback, and you are quietly increasing your savings rate without sacrificing anything. If you feel behind right now, breathe and start it from 0 to. The switch flips when you decide to act like an owner instead of a consumer. Owners set systems, automate decisions, and let time do the heavy lifting. Consumers chase feelings and wonder where the money went. You already have the discipline to be an owner. You prove it every morning when you lace up and show up. Here is your checklist to start today. Turn on 5% TSP. I repeat it again, 5% only TSP. Open a Roth IRA and automate any amount. Build a $1,000 emergency buffer. Make housing sit under BAH. Use tuition assistance now and save GI bill for after. Track your medical and start planning your VA claim before you ETS. Pick a certification that maps to a real job and book the exam date. Ask for veteran discounts every time you buy something significant. Repeat for 12 months. That is the system that will drag you to your first 100,000 even if you have an average year. If you want help setting this up, that is exactly what we break down inside my school community. We take these general rules and turn them into your specific numbers, your specific plan, your specific branch and timeline. If you want to learn plays like this before you even join, or before you separate, or while you are in the messy middle, the link to my school community is in the description below. That is where we go step by step. Watch this video that you think will be helpful to you next. Drop a comment if you have any questions and I will answer them. If this video helped you, subscribe for more plays that turn service into freedom, and share this video massively with everyone you know. Thank you for watching till the end. Peace. I'm gone.